Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Sebastian Ryder, and you tapped into another episode of Cut Different TV. And before I tell you who we here with today, because Philly is in the building, make sure you click that red button, subscribe to the channel, like, and comment throughout the duration of this episode if you hear something that piques your interest more than it was already piqued. We got my brother, rocket scientist.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Philly's own.
For sure.
It's not rocket science, man.
Not rocket science.
The infamous YR in the building.
For sure. Appreciate you, bro. Yo, which camera mine? We got
Shit.
a whole setup.
That one right there, that's you right there.
That's me.
And then this is both of us, and then that was me.
Oh, all right. We live.
Hell yeah. We lit, bro. We lit.
Sure, man. I appreciate you, bro. You already, man. Came out to Jersey with it. It was a little drive.
Yeah.
You mean? It was a good joint, though.
And you've been on the move lately because you was just at South by Southwest.
For sure. I just got back from Texas. I was down at South by Southwest, man. That was a good joint for sure. Shout out to Hip Hop Since 1987. They had me on a show out there. I did an event for Right About Now poetry. I did a couple spoken word pieces there. You feel me? Sometimes I like to reframe shit and do it like on a spoken word tip. You feel me? To really let the message cut through a little different way. So for sure, man, it was a good joint. And then I did a couple little spur of the moment performances, couple promo, things like that. You feel me? So that was a good joint.
Word. And so you was telling us a little earlier off camera that you had like you played off the element of the rocket science and the vibe, and you did like a spacesuit, or am I tripping? How am I interpreting?
I did a performance in a spacesuit. You feel me? So I had the whole nasty gear. I had the helmet on, you feel me? I had the joint clothes. I walked on stage, you feel me? And it's crazy because I'm walking through the crowd with the whole joint on. People keep looking like,
who is this nigga?
Who is it? Because I had waited till I was about to go on and shit, and then I changed and everything. And when I'm cutting through the crowd and shit, I just keep everybody just looking like, what the fuck? Like, who is this? Like that? And then I went to the stage when the beat dropped and shit, you feel me? And then I took the helmet off and shit. And I started spitting, though. Like, one thing about me, like, a lot of people, when they perform, they kind of be like, you ever go somewhere and people like, yo, come to the front. Like, come to the front. Come look. It's like I never tell people come to the front or pay attention when I perform. I just start. You feel me? I like to give people a reason. Like, you choose. You choose if this is something you want to pay attention to. But, you know, I dropped, like, my first 8, and it was on. Everybody was already interested. You got the spacesuit. You taking the helmet off. This soulful beat playing. You come in with a fire first 8 bars. Boom, you got the room. So that was a good joint, man, for sure.
Damn. So obviously with South by, you know, that's a big event. For y'all that don't know about South by Southwest, every year, that's in Austin, right?
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, so artists coming through, businesses, tech startups, everything all in one place, and it's all just a hub of creativity. So obviously that being that caliber of event, you wanted to take it to another level.
Yeah, for sure. Like, for sure I wanted to take it to another level on all aspects. Like, even being out there, when I kind of understood the energy, even like, it kind of even turned my foot on land hustle up. Because like, we so used to the internet, we forget like the main aspect is connecting with the people. So when I first got out there, like, I had to realign my focus on connecting with people, you feel me? I'm in a market where I don't have this internet audience. So, you know, I got on foot with it. I'm connecting cards. I went and designed a sign the same night, got that joint printed at Office Depot. I got my sign, you feel me? So they could just scan the QR code. I got the business card, you mean? We really talking. We wearing statement pieces, you feel me? So people got to come up talking to me, you feel me?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you really got to connect with the people. So I feel like that was an aspect of it that I really learned from being out there.
Word. And you talking about the staple pieces. Tell them about the fit you got on today.
Yeah, we got on the Bape style. I like the little splash of orange, is like bright, you feel me? A little worn. I like my sneaks to be a little worn, give them character, you feel me?
Yeah.
We got the stocked up rocket pants, you feel me? It's not rocket science. Easy. You know that. We got the Veil, shout out Jersey, we right here. We got the tactical bucket, my man Swipe on this one, Philly.
Don't worry, I'm getting one of them tactical buckets.
This a little piece, this was from his name, Mars Parker. This was actually his merch. You feel me? So it's like a real streetwear type of thing. Like, I'm real into the street where I find pieces, I put them together.
Yeah. And so you were telling me that fashion and being an influence in that space is huge because it allows people to resonate with you off of things other than just being an artist, right?
For sure. Like I like to really like I like to let my personality express through the clothes, you feel me? It give people a chance to really like understand like what's this? Or I'm putting people on, you feel me? Like these is all independent brands. People I can go call or talk to, you feel me? Like everybody wanna go designer, but I'm gonna find out who hot right here in my community and we gonna really put it together and it's gonna come together crazy. You dig what I'm saying? Like everybody look the same. It's like, is that how you feel? Like, do you feel like everybody else? Cause this how I feel. Like I put this on because like this how I feel. I feel like it's cool. It's cool to me. So it's like, it's cool to me, I'm gonna make it cool to you. You feel me? That's the idea behind it.
And that's goes into just being a pioneer, I feel. Because it is a lot easier to just, I mean, it might be more expensive, whatever, quote unquote, but like to go to a designer store and just grab whatever they have on the rack or whatever you saw your favorite rapper in, like, okay, cool, bet you're just wearing, you know, oh, cool, you got double G's all over you. Oh, cool, you got CDs all over you, bet. Like, but did you put it together or
And
did
they
you
don't
just
even
throw
go
it on?
hard. Like they'll go get what's right off the rack. They don't even really try to find the fire Jones. Like you dig what I'm saying? Like you said, they saying who was already wearing it. Like I'm gonna go get that.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't even find something. You feel me? You
Fact.
wouldn't just got what you already seen. So
Yeah.
I mean, so that's the whole thing. I like what you said though about like being a pioneer. Like that's a good job. I feel like though, the internet, like with the internet, like this wave, being a pioneer, being yourself make you a pioneer these days.
Yeah.
Cause nobody being themselves. So you could be a pioneer just being yourself.
Everybody
today.
just going off of what
So
like
everybody
Justin
just looking at their
LeBoy saying.
timeline, bro.
Yeah.
You could be a pioneer by being yourself. That's how easy it is right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's real shit, bro. And aside from the fashion tip, right, that makes you stand out, he's a rocket scientist. Like like on
legit.
some Neil deGrasse Tyson. Well, I don't think, is he a rocket scientist? He's an astrophysicist.
Yeah.
But you studied astrophysics.
I studied electrical engineering, and then I got my degree in electrical engineering and went into aerospace engineering.
Aerospace.
Yeah, for sure, aerospace. So like astrophysics, it was like I was going to do physics first. That's an interesting story. When I first was going like go to college, I picked physics, but you gotta really go hard to do physics, and it was like, I'm cool. I'm gonna give him like 75%.
Yeah.
And then like I got to engineering, though I really was rocking with that, and that's how I got into electrical and then aerospace, and now we're rocket scientists. You feel me?
So like, what does that mean? Like, because you
So-
grow up and people are like, oh, it's
Alright,
not
so-
rocket science.
Yeah. So it's funny because like in the aerospace field, people always be like rocket science the easiest part. So like when you think rocket science, what they thinking is like combustion, like the explosion to make a rocket go up. Right? That's like part of it. But aerospace engineering is also like you making parts, like a digital electronic parts, like motherboards that you would see in a computer or something, mother chips, things like that. Basically, it's just digital components that you would see in any electronic, but you applying it to the space. You get what I'm saying? So that's the main thing. You're doing digital or physical designs for space application. So that's rocket science. If you Google what's a rocket scientist, what's going to come up is aerospace engineer. You get what I'm saying? So it's the layman term for it.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
So when you say that people that work in aerospace are like, oh, rocket science is like the easiest part, whatever. Why, how come when we're growing up then people say, oh, it's not rocket scientist, implying that it's the hardest shit that you can possibly do?
Well, in the field of aerospace, the combustion is the easiest part.
Because
it's
of the
an
scale
explosion.
of what you
Yeah,
can
the
do.
scale. Like, it's not as complex. It's just an explosion.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the joke. Like, it's just an explosion. So,
But
like,
to the
that's easy
common
part.
man,
Yeah, but, like, you got to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, and most people feel like math is super hard. So, engineering is hard. So, rocket science is hard. Like, they be like, it's not rocket science. Or some people be like, it's not Chinese arithmetic or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to think of the hardest subject. So, I think that's where the, like, idiom come from.
word. What makes a, RIP to anybody who's ever fallen from this, but what makes something go wrong at takeoff?
I feel like inconsistency in designing. Like, so, like, maybe you naming something or everybody designed something, but maybe one thing meant something that you thought it meant this. So when you press the button, it didn't do the command you thought. Because maybe on the top level, it was called main, but on the bottom level, it was called main 2. but those mains did two different things. There's an issue. But nobody caught it because everybody thought it was one thing, but it was two different commands. So I think something like that be the thing. But like it go through like in the field of aerospace, like it's vigorous. So it's like it's a bunch of reviews and guidelines and all type of stuff you gotta follow. You know what I mean? Before you even get to that point. So like that'd be something like at most like I mean. So when something go wrong, it's usually something like that. Like a programming error type, more than it's like a design flaw.
So what do you think is harder, communicating and like designing the pieces that go together to make a rocket go up into space, or trying to communicate with a female?
No, it's you really gotta think on it though, because women be complicated sometimes, bro. And it's like when you doing like aerospace and everybody on the same page, we all know what we gotta get done. It's planned out, but we don't know what women be wanting sometimes, bro. It's just you just gotta go with it.
Yeah.
You just gotta go with it and just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel it. Yeah, because when you said the thing about the pieces where you think the button could be the same shit, but they do two completely different things, and you press the wrong button, and it's either gonna be war or it's gonna be harmony. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. So yeah, I said people probably think like he playing rocket science. At least y'all all on the same page. You dig what I'm saying?
Facts.
So yeah.
So you go to school and you study aerospace engineering.
Yeah.
And are you already rapping at this time? Or
yeah.
Okay.
So I started. All right. So in like the 6th grade, that's when I decided I was gonna do engineering. You feel me? 6th grade, I decided that. I really ain't start rapping for real till high school, like my senior year of high school is when I start rapping. You feel me? So once I got to college, I was still doing it kind of on and off. I was dropping freestyle, so a couple of them was going viral, you feel me? So like that's how I really was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. But I ain't had no money, you feel me? You know, it costs to make music, you feel me? So that was the hold off. But I was still making music while I'm studying and all that. And my plan was like, when I leave and I get the paper, I'm gonna just put some paper behind me, and then we gonna lay the groundwork and get the ball rolling. Yeah. So yeah.
And I feel like your style of hip hop, like I saw your On the Radar freestyle as well. Like it's very bar heavy. It's very like, you know, battle rappy, very punchline heavy. So I think you writing and you kind of developing that sound is impressive, especially trying to balance all these different things. But I think also there's something to be said for you studying in this area, this complex field of study. You're learning so many different things. You're learning words that the common person might not necessarily see. Concepts and stuff.
You dig what I'm saying? That's like me and my brother was laughing the other day, like, yo, people don't be getting a lot of your lines. I'd be like, it's cool. Like I'd be like, it's cool. Like, cause when I was younger and I used to rap, I used to change my lines a lot. Like I would say something and be like, people not gonna get that. And I just change it. Cause I felt like people wasn't gonna understand it. So like I'm not gonna waste my time writing it. But now I really don't be caring. Like I'm gonna write it, people gonna really get how crazy it was, or they not. Like, and it be whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So like I'm real like storytelling heavy, like bar heavy punchlines. You feel me? Like them double, triple entendre type things. So like that'll go over people's heads sometimes. You feel me? Yeah. It be whatever though.
So what is it like balancing your artistry, especially being from Philly, where you know the music culture in Philly, niggas not playing around with what's going on. So how do you balance being an artist and especially talking about what you talk about and then being a rocket scientist? How do you mesh those two things together?
I feel like the thing that really helped me balance the two between the music and the rocket science thing is that I was always myself. I never tried to be super tough or whatever, you feel me? I'm being myself. I'm pushing a good message already, you feel me? So it's like, it's nothing to blend these two worlds together because one isn't going to adversely affect the other because I'm not pushing a negative message. You feel what I'm saying? Like, say somebody see this and be like, oh, he rapping. But when you listen, it's like, he rapping about his life or his story. It's not like I'm destroying the community, you feel me?
Yeah.
So that helped me really balance it out. So I think that's the positive on my side.
Word. And you do a summer league, right?
Yeah, for sure. So like that's another thing, you feel me? Like we pushing community service, you feel me? Like we got one of the biggest summer leagues in the city right now. It's called Lonnie Young Summer League. It's cracking. We got people coming from all over to play in that joint this year. New York, Baltimore, people come from DC. So it's like it's gonna be real big this year, you feel me? We hold a community day at the end of the summer every year. Everything be free. Everybody pop out, you feel me? We had a celebrity game last year. You know, we had Jaron Ennis out there, you know, boxing champion, you feel me? We had, you know what I mean, some heavy figures. We just bringing it all to the hood, you feel me? Showing like this a positive little thing we got going. And it could be that 5 years, no like situations and none of that.
Yeah.
In the heart of Philly, you feel me? So
For sure.
it's a good job.
That's beautiful, man, and I commend you for that. And I'm gonna
Appreciate
knock
you,
on
bro.
wood just to ensure
Yeah,
that,
for sure.
just to ensure that
Every
we
year
go.
we not gonna wear every year.
Yeah.
You feel me? Cause like we gotta bring it up because we be needing funding and all that. So you gotta bring it up when we go talk to the politicians and the council members and all that. And you know, it's like knock on wood because it is in the heart of the community. And we do want to keep it that safe environment. But I feel like a lot of people bought into the idea too. That's one thing I love about Lonnie Young Summer League. I feel like now we got to a point where other people buying into the idea of the community. Like it been plenty times we done came and people probably have a little debacle or they got a little spat going on, but they like, you know what, we not gonna do it here. Like we not gonna do it here. Like I'm gonna see you later, bro. And like that's love. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody don't respect spaces like that.
Man, throw Cut Different in there, man. We'll pull up. You feel
For
me?
sure.
Give them like we could do some freestyles or we could do some, you know,
we
some
do,
interviews
man,
or something.
We do everything there, so we could definitely set something up. You
Yeah.
pop out, you feel me? Shit, maybe the All-Star Weekend, y'all come do media down there. You feel me?
Say less.
Yeah.
We'll make it
We
happen.
definitely gonna have people out there, you know, for sure.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let's talk about this project, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. 12 tracks. That's like my life right there. I put everything into that one. Like, I feel like this was like the turning point for me. Like this when I hit my stride on this one. Like, a lot of the titles they kind of play on that like space, like landings and math themes. You feel me? But when you listen to the music, it's really vulnerable, deep stories. You know, some of them is hip hop heavy, but it's really just like my life right there, and I really love that about it.
You know, and where does that stem from a perspective of, hey, I want to go real. I mean, obviously the theme of this interview is you talking about being yourself, staying authentic, staying true to what makes you you. When you look around the culture and you look around the climate, like people are just making songs just to pop. People are just talking about what they think the youth wants to hear or what might go viral on TikTok. What allows you to maintain that level of authenticity and put together a thought out project like that?
I feel like before I got into this bag, I was kind of there, like making music that's gonna still make people bob their head or like want to dance. But when I seen La Russell, he an artist from the West Coast.
Yeah.
And when I seen La Russell, it kind of reminded me like, this what I love. I love hip hop. Like, this is what made me fall in love with hip hop. Like, I need to rap. Like, this is what I want to do while I'm trying to make people bob their head or dance to it. I really want to spit. I really want to tell a story. I really want to make people feel something. So it's like, when I seen La Russell, it kind of realigned my whole focus to really lock in and get back to the essence of it. And that's when we got this.
Yeah. Shout out La Russell, man.
Shout out
That's
to him.
that's good company,
It's crazy
right?
because, good company.
Yeah.
Shout out. It's crazy because when he came to Philly, I went to his show, you feel me? And I watched him perform with everything. He was doing a little meet and greet, so I went up to him, whatever. And I was just telling him, like, bro, like, you really changed my perspective, like, on this music thing. Like, I was telling him, like, when I seen you, I remembered, like, why I'm doing this music thing, real rap. Because, like, it got lost for a second. Like, with all the little just trying to make a moment and all that, like, it got lost. But I told him, like, you really realigned my focus. And I had on a little crazy piece that day. Like, what's this? I said, like, I'm going to DM it to you. You know what I mean? So he went, I DM'd it to him. He checked out my page, you know, left a couple likes. That's all you need, though. Like, just know I'm near. And then I got to do the groundwork.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So
That's
that
what's
was
up.
love, though.
Appreciate you sharing that story.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are you looking from a reception standpoint? Like what do you want your audience and your fans to take away from this project?
I just want people, when they listen to this project, I just want them to feel something. You don't gotta love it. You can love it, you can hate it, but just feel something. That's all I want. I just want people to feel. I feel like it's not enough music that's making people feel something. So that's what I want.
Yeah, so like I hear what you're saying, and you know, so at the end of the day, right? Rocket science, you invested all this time into aerospace engineering, perfecting that craft. You've been rapping since high school.
Right.
But let's ask the question that everybody wants to know. If you were able to go down in history as the urban black rocket scientist that really sets the tone for kids, and you can really go down in history as that, or you can be the next biggest artist out of Philly, the next artist that really makes an impact in the hip hop world, which one would you go with?
That's such a loaded question. I feel like, honestly, it's like I love music, bro. I love music. Like, that's the thing for me. But you gotta go with, like, the science aspect because, like, you need to be able to have that influence on kids. We need people that can influence people like that, you feel me? To have that political influence, that social influence that, like, you don't get to see often, you feel me? And I feel like if I just go with music and just be the rapper, like, that makes me a hypocrite. If I'm saying my mission is to give us a different light, to give the kids a different light, to really put on for the community, that's the greatest way to do it. Black rocket scientists, the biggest to ever do it. But you chose to just be a rapper when it came down to it. So, like, I definitely would choose to be the biggest scientist ever, for sure. Damn. Yeah. That's deep, though.
Real shit. So getting into this project.
Yeah, for sure. It's not rocket science, man. That's the John. That's my life story. Crash landing, love that. Statistics, you feel me? We going all, it's just math. We got all science, math type shit, you feel me?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough as fuck.
That's why it's fire.
Yeah.
It's like it followed the theme. And I did that by accident. Ceilings. Hit my ceiling, you feel me? It's like that shit was an accident, but as I was making it, that was my natural progression. For sure.
And I gotta hear your perspective on the climate of Philly right now. The hip hop culture in Philly right now. You was telling me some shit earlier about just kind of like, you know, how things are just different.
Yeah, I feel like Philly is kind of like, I think the rap culture, it got to a point where it's a little destructive, bro. Like, people made it a destructive thing where it really wasn't always that, you feel me? Philly had their own thing, and kind of, we got into this idea, like, what Chicago doing or what other places is doing, and it kind of put it in a dark space, you feel me? To where fans can't even be fans no more. A fan can't even enjoy the music no more. So it's like, I feel like that was really a thing that really hurt the music side of things. But I do think there's a lot of artists on the rise right now that's really taking a different approach and really giving people some music that they could feel, vibe out to. Yeah, man. So I think that's a good part of it too. But I just hope we get away from that idea the music got to be real life. You dig what I'm saying? Because that's a destructive mentality to have, and it's really cooking the city. Like, I ain't gonna lie. It's really cooking the city. Like, it should be drawn super political.
I feel you.
Real shit.
Damn, man. So what do you feel like your contribution or your addition or push in the right direction with your vocal and your sound and the message that you're pushing?
I feel like my contribution is giving, like, I'm giving a voice to people that kind of going through that self-reflection, you know, introspective type thing. That's really from there, really dealt with losses, really had their time where they thought, you know, I had to jump off the porch and do this thing or whatever. Like, it's really your experience. Like, people think you growing up in the hood, you either a gangster or you're a square, you this or that. But it's like, bro, it's so multifaceted. Like, you go through so much, you feel me? And I'm telling that story of an everyday person, you feel me? But I just got some unique characteristics with my story, just like everybody else. Yeah. So I'm telling that side of it.
Yeah. And I think, too, the authenticity and you standing on business and doing what it is that you do, I've always heard that it's always better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener at war. Meaning, if I need to put my dukes up and throw them, I can throw them. If I need to go outside and handle business, I can handle business. Nobody gonna fuck with me, but I'm capable of doing that. So because I know that, I can still go out and do whatever it is that I need to do. Now, if I'm incapable of defending myself, if I'm incapable of standing on business, but I'm just talking about it, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm acting like I'm like that.
Yeah.
It's I might as well just stay at the crib.
Real rap. I feel like that's the thing that got lost though, in like hip hop and coming from like the trenches, you feel me? It was always somebody in hip hop that told that story of like the everyday person that still go through them same hood trauma and all that, you feel me? Like we had Ye, he giving it from his perspective and how he do it, but he still was telling the story of the everyday guy. That's why it resonated with so many different people. Even Drake, he telling the story of the everyday guy when he coming up. He doing Heartbreak and he got these friends who into this, and you feel me? He tried it and didn't. We had them stories of the everyday guy, you feel me? So I feel like it's important that now I'm coming up, kind of, it's the everyday guy from Philly, you dig what I'm saying? But he really got some stuff going on the back end that they like, he ain't regular though.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So,
definitely.
For sure.
What are some of your bigger influences?
I think for me, I think a lot of my influence, I say like Ye, Core, he from up top, you know, Philly. I see Cassidy. Like I used to like just like the punchline, like how he was back in the day, you feel me? Like back in the day, like that's what got me into the idea of punchlines, like Cassidy.
What'd he say? He said, Cassidy said some shit. He said,
the recent draw.
he said, my stick.
Yeah,
he
that
said
was
something,
crazy.
my Glock
That was
hit men,
crazy.
so my
Yeah,
stick
that was
is gay.
crazy.
Yeah, he was wilding.
Yeah, no, that was
How you
crazy.
feel about his transition into battle rap?
I just think battle rap different. I feel like a lot of older battle rappers, it's a hard transition to make because it's so theatrical now.
Yeah.
A battle rap from like Philly era and all that, it was more so about like you pulling up with your best bars and you spitting. Now it's kind of like a show, like it's theatrical. It's about the and everybody going crazy. You feel me?
Like Tay-Rock and all
yeah,
them.
it's not really just the bars. You feel me? Like you can have hot bars, but if you're not delivering it crazy, like everybody like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, so I feel like it's a hard transition to make if you're an older battle rapper because it's a different world.
I feel that.
For real, it's a different world.
I feel that, man. So all this is beautiful. And at this point, if you haven't hit the red button, if you haven't hit subscribe, go ahead and do that right now. We got Infamous Wire on the building. This is not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. But he is a rocket scientist, though.
Exactly.
So aside from that, aside from studying aerospace engineering, aside from, wearing a crazy NASA fitted understanding that you need to have some sort of something that's going to pop and give people that element of recognition when they think of you and they think of your performance, what would you say as an artist makes you cut different?
I say what make me cut different. I say as an artist, what makes me cut different is I'm willing to do the work. You feel me? A lot of people not willing to do the work because everybody can have the talent, but you really got to do the work. You got to do the marketing. If you don't got the budget, then you got to market it yourself. You got to do the videos if you don't got the budget. You feel me? You got to do the music if you ain't got the budget. I'm willing to go the extra mile every time. I'm going to get the equipment. So I feel like if you're an artist, if you really feel like you cut different, you're going to do the work. You're going to market yourself. You're going to shoot the videos. You're going to go out on land and meet the people. You're going to print out the business cards. You're going to be your whole team until you can hire one. That's what make you cut different, bro.
Damn.
Real
I like
talk.
that. That's guerrilla marketing.
Real talk.
101. People be having egos, bro.
Can't.
Like, oh, because I'm saying this in my song, I can't be outside. Like,
And that's the problem, though. That's the problem. You saying this in your songs. So now you like, I'm not really living like that yet.
Yeah.
So you can't even go nowhere as who you are.
Yeah, you can't
'Cause
go
you lying.
outside.
You lying in your songs.
Damn. So, and we're gonna start to wrap it up. How do you feel like as an artist? Because there's artists like Russ, there's artists like I think Thug said it famously in a video, and I think Gunna and a bunch of artists say the same things in different ways. But that healthy dose of delusion. So
Yeah.
balancing, all right, this is not necessarily what I'm doing right now at the moment, but I'm manifesting it. How do you balance that between being real, and is it possible to have that element of delusion while still being yourself, in your opinion?
I feel like it's a difference between manifesting and just straight up lying. Because a lot of people be like, fake it till you make it. That's manifesting. I feel like manifesting is you could say I'm ahead of this and then you go get it. But some people say, I got this right now. And if you see me out, I'm going to have it. And you don't. You're lying. You're not manifesting. You're just a fraud. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the difference
Yeah.
between manifesting and just lying.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
I feel you. Word. Yeah, I get that. Hey, it's the difference between manifesting and lying. That's real shit. I've definitely told some lies before on wax for sure, man.
I told some lies on wax for sure.
Yeah, and then when you listen to it, like you kind of like years down the line, you listen to it, you're
that's
like,
like
man,
me.
this shit kind of corny.
That's me. When I was a kid, bro, I told some lies on wax because it was kind of like you doing it, but you exaggerating it.
Mm-hmm.
So now when I go back and listen, I'm like, I was wild, but you wasn't this wild.
Yeah.
And it was like, so like it felt better to just tell you the truth, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
The truth will set you free.
Yeah, the truth will set you free, man. And what else will set you free is if you click the subscribe button. And you know what I'm saying? If you wanna discover more fire ass artists, we really trying to take over Tri-State, really try to expand the brand. We out here in Jersey. We got Philly in the building. We really appreciate you pulling up on us.
For sure.
And you know, give them a little bit of what's to come. You know, let them know where they can find you if they're seeing you now for the first time, and what's in store for you moving forward.
For sure, man. Listen, it's the infamous YR. You can find me anywhere if you type in the infamous YR. THEINFAMOUS YR. You can find me everywhere with that. The album out right now. It's not rocket science. You type that in, it's going to be me because nobody else doing rocket science. You feel me? We got a new project coming up. We working on that, man, because we never stop working. We're going to have a lot of people on there. Shout out to Uptown, man. Love up top. We got a lot of talent coming out of there. So I'm going to show love to them. We got Chioki. We got Core. We got Lice. We got Just So. Those the people that's really coming with that real music. So up top got a wave coming. Shout out to West 2, Scooter the Gifted. West Philly got a wave. So yeah, man, that's what we on, man. The infamous, it's not rocket science. Go listen to the album. Go follow the page. Just like that.
Just like that, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to a very special episode of Cut Different TV. And it's not rocket science, man.
It's not.
We out.